And we are live. Yeah. So today I want to talk about something that's very timely because today is 1st of July. Do you know how to holiday? I mean, seriously, holiday. Enjoying that free time, not just a change of location. Because if you are treating a holiday as a change of location, and then while you're over there, you're operating the same way as over here, i.e., busy, going from places to places, packing your schedule with back to back activities worse than back to back meeting weeks. Honestly, of course, you are coming back from your holiday more drained than when you got there in the first place. So, hear me out. Holiday is not, I'm looking at my notes, is not a productivity challenge. You don't have to make the most out of it by packing it and squeezing every single activity in there that you can think of. Because then, what is the difference between this and your worst and busiest weeks when you are actually going to work and doing all your and running all your errands? I'm asking you, think about it. Holidays are a total different space, and I think they deserve to be treated that way. But I can see so many women, especially women, operating in such a way that honestly they can't benefit from going on a holiday. And we will talk about holiday versus staycation in another video because I think that's a real topic as well. And it blocks a lot of people from actually thinking they can go on a holiday, especially people in business. Now, going back to my topic, let me make a note. Let me see my notes. A holiday is not a performance. Are you doing that? Just pause for a second and ask yourself, am I treating a holiday as something that I can brag about when I'm back? You know, just like these people, and nothing wrong with that, but it always makes me smile. Like these people who make a point in coming back super tanned so that they can prove they went on a holiday. I'm like, well, get super tanned if you want to get super tanned for yourself, if you like that look, and if you want cancer, all right. But don't do it for other people to prove that you had a good time. I don't know. It's kind of disturbing for me, but hey-ho, each to their own. The nervous system needs space, and that's exactly what a holiday is for. But of course, if you don't treat it that way, you are doomed. So let me help you. Let me help you with 3 things that you absolutely want to consider when you're getting ready for your holiday. First, do not pack your calendar with activities. And what you're going to do, first things first, you're going to plug in, not plug in, but you're going to slot in, me time or rest time, do nothing time, far niente time, where honestly, whether you sleep, whether you have a lie in, whether you wander around in the, let's say, resort or maybe in the area, aimlessly just for the sake of it, that's when you do that. And you will see and you will feel your nervous system just expand and just like, you know, when you take a lovely sigh of relief, it's going to be a moment of relief for you. Because when can you do something like that in your day-to-day life? In your day-to-day life, whenever you have a lie-in, there's in your mind running, oh, I should be doing this. Oh, there's that to do. Oh, and the to-do list. Oh, do I have this ready? Have I packed? But this time on your holiday, you can really take advantage of the fact that maybe you're in a hotel and everything is taken care of, or maybe you're on a cruise and everything is taken care of. Again, we'll look at staycation because that's slightly different, of course. So if everything is taken care of, can you just let go? Can you just rest in that space of being supported, being taken care of? and just do nothing. And of course, if people around you are not on the same page, and I'll get to that point, that means you want to schedule me time. It's also your holiday, darling. The second point is, if you let everyone, don't let everyone's agenda become your agenda. Don't put everyone's needs on top of yours. Don't have everyone's wishes become your command, because then you're gonna end up being exhausted, resentful, probably. Sorry about the light. I think I didn't check the light. It's very much light in there as well. And when you're exhausted and when you're resentful, honestly, you're not feeling happy, and other people are not feeling happy as well, and they don't get it because you never said that you wanted some me time, and they're not in your head. Flash news. No one's in your head. No one can read you, read your thoughts, read your needs. If you don't express that, if in one way or another, verbally or energetically, we can come back to that another time. Put a question in the comment if you're intrigued by that. If you don't express yourself, how do you want people to understand what you need, what you want, what you desire? It will not happen. So we have to learn how to do that if that's not the case already. And you can do it in such a lovely and respectful and actually funny way. And if you want to know more about that, just put a comment below, and I'll be making sure that I create a video on that. So going back to my point, don't cram your calendar with back-to-back activities. Create space, create me time, rest time, far niente time. Let yourself have the space to wander around, be curious, maybe get lost a little bit in the city you're having the holiday in. I find it such a beautiful way to explore a culture, to explore a city, to just decide, you know what, for 2 hours I'm just going to get lost and enjoy the sceneries and look at the buildings and chatting with people, maybe get inspired and go and sit down in the cafe that I didn't know existed before. I didn't Google it. I'm just discovering it as and when, and I'm following my intuition. I'm following the impulse to, you know what? What do they have? Do they have chocolate con churros? I don't know. I'm just thinking if I'm in Spain. Or do they have, I don't know, affogato if I'm in Italy? You see what I'm saying? And then you just like, you just rest and you take your time and you don't have your eye on the watch. That's another thing. Because when you pack your calendar with activities, that means you're still going to operate from that place, from that watch, from that time schedule, structure. But that is typically what we do when we are at work. So you're transferring the framework of time management into a holiday. No. Someone has to wake up, and it's going to have to be you. And I'm going to be the one who has to wake you up. No. Because if that recharges you, fine. You can ignore what I just said. But if you're coming back from a holiday more exhausted than when you left, no, darling, no. That means we have a problem. The point of a holiday is to feel recharged. Am I right or am I right? So if you're not coming back recharged and feeling refreshed, then we have a problem. Then we have to look into that. I think I made my point very clear. So let me come back to my notes. And I think it was very, very, very clear what I said about do not cram your calendar, your diary with too much stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you have permission to miss things. Yeah. Because no one is going to tell you off, except if you have angry people with you on a holiday. Then you are going to be in a bit of a pickle. You know what? The option is don't go on a holiday next time with them. I mean, I'm just saying that's always an option. Anyway, moving on. Tip number 2, that's a big one. And I know it's not easy. I know because I've been there. Leave work behind in your mind. In your mind, but also physically. Don't bring the work laptop to work, to holiday, sorry. Yeah, very interesting wording here. Don't bring your work laptop on a holiday if you want to come back recharged. If you want to have this kind of a wipe off feeling, lovely feeling that you get from a good, restful, restorative holiday. When actually you come back, you've probably been there. You come back from work from the holiday, and you forgot all your passwords for work, and that's when you realize, gosh, I really did switch off. And that's the power of a good restful holiday. But if you've got the laptop with you on the beach or by the swimming pool, everyone else is having fun and you're like this, hey, you're not going to forget your work passwords, which is a missed opportunity, let's face it. And B, you're never going to be able to switch off, to be present, to enjoy, to build memories with the people around you. And you won't feel like you've had a break. And we all need a break from time to time. That's not cheesy. That's actually productive, because rest taken seriously is actually a productivity hack. And I know it sounds completely counterintuitive. And if you are actually in that camp, in that team, as in, what did you just say? Rest is a productivity tip? Put in the comment below that you want to know more about that, and I'll make a video about that. Because rest is really a productivity tip, probably one of the most important ones, and one of the most underrated ones as well. Let me look back at my notes. I'm looking a lot at my notes today. It's okay. So we said no work laptop. Yeah, I remember with a client, he couldn't figure out how to not reply to his clients when he was off. And I said to him, do you have an out of office email? And he went, oh, no, I don't. And I'm like, well, with an out of office email, they feel they're taken care of, and you are actually telling them not now, later, that you'll take care of their inquiry later. So it's a win-win. Everyone knows where they stand. They know you haven't ignored them, and they know that you haven't ignored them, if that makes sense. So that's easy. That's super easy to set, and at least it should alleviate the guilt. Now, the guilt is a big thing. Rest very much so triggers the guilt of being lazy, not productive, falling behind. I'm resting, but what if the world keeps going and moving, and that means I'm going to be behind? Let me bring the work laptop. No, darling. Rest has this capacity to create space in your mind so that you can then have creative ideas to quantum jump, to accelerate your progression when you're back at work. Try it. Try it. I keep repeating that. I've said that in another video. Why do you think you have aha moments, light bulb moments in the shower? Because in the shower, if you're not in a hurry, if you are able to have take a bit of your time in the shower, your mind is just relaxing, and usually the sound of water completely washes off concerns and makes you feel really present, and it's usually a lovely moment. And that is exactly when you have that light bulb moment. I think we've all been there. So each time I tell someone how about the light bulb moment in the bathroom, everyone goes, oh yeah, those moments are great. Yes, those moments are great. They don't have to happen randomly. You can you can create more space for light bulb moments like that. And light bulb moments are exactly what I mean by when I say quantum jumping, quantum leaping, accelerating. Instead of grinding, and forcing it and looking at the same thing through the hole of a needle, that's not how you accelerate things. That's how you actually fall into rabbit holes and dig deeper. But try. You don't have to believe me. Try it for yourself and just figure out how you can create more bathroom light bulb moments in your life outside of the bathroom. There, I said it. Now, of course, we said it about the work laptop, but that the same goes with the email. Yeah, the work email. No, if it's on your phone, I would be very tempted to delete the work email from your personal phone and ask for work phone, professional phone, where this email sits in its natural habitat. It doesn't sit in its natural habitat when it's downloaded on your personal phone, your work email. I'm sorry. No. Because then how do you want to switch off? Evening, weekends, let alone holidays. That's not going to be possible. And I know apparently that's how you stand out as an employee. Honestly, they're going to lay you off even though you're the best employee. Do you think they? Darling, that's a myth. I think this myth is just crumbling, and that's good. That's good. We have to have strong boundaries because otherwise, that means burnout, that means resentment, that means feeling lack of recognition for the sacrifices you're making for your company. Honestly, that's not a good place to live in. Anyway, back to the topic of the holiday. It's a huge topic, isn't it? Holidays and how to holiday. So that's point two. I think I made it clear. I'm still checking my notes, but yeah, don't bring the laptop. Don't check your emails. Ditch the work email app from your personal phone as much as you can. In worst case scenario, you download it back. When you're back from your holiday. And last but not least, it's a bit of a long video, but I'm sure it's helpful, and I'm hoping it's helpful. Last but not least, that one thing that you know that each time you do it recharges you like nothing can do, like nothing can. That one thing, hold on to that thing and do more of that when you are on a holiday. And that takes me to staycation, because that one thing can be either something that you maybe scuba diving, which is maybe difficult for you to do if you don't live by the sea all year round. So that's more for a holiday abroad or in a different location type of activity. Brilliant, scuba diving. But maybe it's gardening in your own garden that really recharges you. Maybe it's going for a walk in your favorite park in the local area that recharges you. These are tips for your staycation. Yeah, because you can do that without taking, without hopping on a plane and going somewhere else. And but that thing that recharges you, why it's so important? And let me tell you, let me share a personal story. When I had my first burnout, I typically lost touch with myself and with the environment. So what do I mean? I would walk down the street to go to my home, and I would look around me and I would be like, why is everything feeling so weird, so foreign, so like behind a veil, like it's there but it's not there. I recognize, but it's also not that street. It's not that house. It's not every it's hard to it's hard for me to describe, but this is how I would describe it. Everything felt weird and foreign. And This is where I'm going. I lost my trail of thought, but then I, I remembered it. The one thing, the only thing that kept me grounded and connected with myself was that one thing that I keep doing to recharge my batteries. And for me, that's dance. So everything was crumbling around me and within me, because when you're in burnout, that's what happens. It's not it's not your weekend moment of down energy and then up your back. No, 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 no. Because burnout at the moment is used for anything and everything, and that's not helping people who are actually in burnout but not understanding exactly what state they are in. When you're in burnout, your nervous system is fried. You are disconnected from yourself. You have no energy, but you want to do things, but your body has given up. Your nervous system is completely, yeah, kind of shut down. And that's not a weekend. That's months and sometimes years of being in that state before you can then come back up. For me, it took months to recover from the burnout because I had dance for myself. I would go to my dance classes, even if I hadn't slept, because I went into 5 months in insomnia, not one single night of sleep during this first burnout. Even if I was zombified, clearly, I would go to the dance class, and I remember feeling, yes, this is who I am. I remember who, oh, I'm getting emotional. I remember who I am when I dance. This is who I am. So the reason I'm sharing this is um, a hobby or passion or something you do and you like to do is not a nice to have. It can be a life saving tool for you when things go south, and I mean when things go really south. It can be life saving for you or for someone you know. So I insist with my clients and with everyone that they pursue something of that nature, that they, or at least they identify it, they know from past experience that this thing, this activity is something that deeply recharges them from the deeper depth of their soul, because that's what we're talking about here. And that's capital. That's French. That's not what I want. That's essential. That's essential. C'est capital. That's essential to really be able to identify that. So I hope this was helpful, because how you holiday is how you guarantee you're going to feel refreshed or come back exhausted after the holiday. And you choose your own adventure. I personally choose feeling refreshed and recharged and ready to tackle any project or challenges or whatever the case may be when I'm back in business. All right, I will see you on the next one. It was lovely to just share that with you very spontaneously. So I hope you enjoy and find it useful. Bye. I'll see you in the next one.